Hello, I'm here today with Ori Ohayon, the president, and Tory Ricalis, the CEO of On-Chain Listings. I'm Sabrina, a business analyst. Tori, would you like to start us off with some introductions?
Hi, Sabrina. Thank you very much, and happy Monday to everyone. My name is Tory Ricalis. I'm CEO and co-founder of On-Chain Listings. I've been in construction management and development for 15 years, managing large-scale commercial real estate and residential real estate projects, upwards of $500 million. And back in 2011, I fell in love with Bitcoin and made my first investment into Bitcoin and been involved in blockchain technology since about 2011. Back in 2017, NFTs came to prominence and fell in love with the technology and obviously the smart contract capabilities, which kind of led to the birth of OCL with Ori.
Perfect. Ori, would you like to introduce yourself?
So my name is Ori Ohayon, co-founder and president of On-Chain Listings. I started off my career in banking, having been an analyst at Goldman Sachs on the equity sales trading desk, also being one of the first few guys to start trying to push for the Bitcoin desk at Goldman. At the onset of NFTs, about 3-4 years ago, as popularity started to pick up, I saw a big opportunity in the space. So I quit my job in banking and built my first company, essentially trying to use NFTs as a method of transferring ownership of physical assets. I had my first exit, met Tory, started building On-Chain Listings, which was built off of a similar premise, but essentially trying to figure out how to use an NFT smart contract for physical real estate and using it to transfer titles. We found a massive hole in the market, built out a bunch of efficiencies that basically would save a lot of people money, and we've been working on it ever since.
Perfect. Thank you. I have a few questions for you both. So, Tori, can you start us off with this one? How does OCL eradicate barriers to entry, such as the need for intermediaries in the real estate title transfer process?
So OCL, at our core, we are attempting to automate the process of title transfer at the time of closing. So what we've done and what we've noticed is digging into this process, we realized there is a lot of redundancies and inefficiencies. So what we've done is we've streamlined the process using some automation. A lot of the contracts and legal documents are generalized and very easy to fill in from an automated standpoint. Our goal, obviously, is to not eliminate intermediaries, but allow intermediaries to log into our portal and create efficiencies within their process. Essentially, they log in, they're KYC'd, they're able to authenticate a transaction using almost a proof of work concept similar to Bitcoin. And basically, it creates a easier opportunity for purchasers to get in, as we are reducing cost of title and lien search, as well as the overall closing costs of our final product. So we're reducing costs approximately $1,000 to $2,000 per transaction, which obviously over the course of your purchase is a significant amount of money. Each dollar does add up. So our goal is to just streamline the process, eliminate the entries to barriers at a higher cost, and make everyone's life easier on the closing of a title and deed.
So from my experience of the real estate world, I never had an education in real estate. My background was capital markets and really just trying to find ways to transact as quickly and effectively as possible with as little settlement costs as we could find. What we found as we were developing OCL was that there's a lot of intermediaries sitting in the middle of these transactions that don't necessarily serve much purpose, but they typically add barriers which are really costly for users. So as we were building our product, we very quickly found out that we can probably automate a lot of this using blockchain, using AI, and by doing so, reducing the cost of a transaction by close to 50%. When you are looking at the lower income side of the real estate markets that are typically doing, let's say, 5% down payments on their property, when you talk $2,000, that's a significant amount of capital or relative to their mortgage down payment, for example. We said, let's try to start building OCL, not based on the premise that we're going to totally revolutionize the marketplace and we're just going to change the whole industry. Is let's try to amalgamate as much of the processes as possible, put them all under one roof, just speed up and make the process cleaner. Make it easier for people to understand, make it a one-click purchase almost. And by doing so, we've created a product that really, it cleans up a lot of the infrastructure. And as a result, it's not only supporting and helping the buyers and the sellers, now it's actually, we're looking at trying to innovate land registries entirely, because especially in the US, everything is so segregated by state and municipality. If we can get more municipalities to hop on the technology we're using, we can actually creates a universal database for all this information, and any stakeholder in the real estate world would benefit from it. It completely eliminates the barriers of entry, not by revolutionizing and flipping the market on its head. It's really just cleaning it up.
Thank you, Ori. My next question is, what are the most unique or innovative OCL features or functionalities that provide value for customers that other companies in the industry do not offer?
So I feel some of the benefits and most innovative pieces of OCL are our portal, which allows brokers and title lawyers to log in, their KYC prior, and basically it just allows them to log into our portal. Our portal automates a lot of the transaction, and they essentially authenticate the transaction as a proof of work, as previously mentioned. This alone just allows the broker and the title lawyer to transact quicker, more efficiently, safer, less human error involved. So definitely just cleans up a lot of the process, and I feel that is a large innovation from OCL, and that's what separates us apart from our competitors.
Thank you, Tory.
The way we've structured our business model and the way that we actually generate fees is also very different. When we look at competitors, it seems like across the board, the sunk fees for all these title searches, lien searches, no matter what municipality they're being conducted in, always cost around the same. So we're talking about $1,000 just to prove that you own a house, for example. Our goal is to cut everything in half. If we're able to conduct a title and lien search, regardless of the municipality and regardless of where we have to find the data from, that's where we're making a difference. Our whole premise is cut the fees in half, cut the time in half, and really focus on creating a product that is user-centric. We're not trying to create an issue and telling people that this is the product that solves the issue we've just named to you. That we're telling you this is an issue that all of us have run into. All of our partners work in the real estate space regularly. And this is a product we've developed to save not only you money, but also for ourselves. And that's how we know that this works.
I think to Ori's point, a good comment he made is that we are working with real estate stakeholders to develop this product. So from a title lawyer perspective, as well from a broker perspective, we're constantly speaking to these parties and understanding what their pain points are in the process. And we are doing our best to eliminate those pain points and make their lives a lot easier. So we constantly have a good customer feedback loop with the title lawyers and the brokers to understand, again, how to make this product as easy as possible for them to use and make their experience much better at closing.
Thank you, Tory. Since OCL is currently in stealth mode, what is the timing of your go-to market strategy?
Our go-to-market strategy is within the next 2 to 3 months, we'll be going live with our first product. The OCL product will essentially be integrated into the back end of brokerage websites. Our goal is to essentially have no front-facing product and to essentially create new infrastructure for existing businesses. And what we will be doing is we'll be launching in partnership with globalcondos.com. OCL will be feeding onto the back end of it, and we'll be receiving listings coming in from condos, taking the listings, verifying the title and lien searches on their behalf, and essentially sending back a verification stamp stating that here's the official title, the listing is legitimate, there are no liens against the property, and basically doing the parts of the transaction that would typically happen at closing at the point of listing. And this is a big point in why OCL is actually able to do this more effectively and more cost efficient for the user, is we're doing a lot of the heavy lifting using our own tools and our own product at the moment the property goes live on the website versus when someone is trying to pay for it. It creates a massive amount of efficiency. It costs us significantly less than our competitors to provide this. And we're, again, with this product, we're gonna aim to price this at about 50% of what the current market is pricing.
Just to jump off Ori's point there, we've really focused on partnering up with brokerage sites, title lawyers. Obviously, we brought on partners, globalcondos.com, housekey.com, Yormac Law, alligatortitle.com. So this gives us access to a wide swath of real estate, somewhere in the hundreds of millions. So we'll have an opportunity to transact in the next 3 months a couple beta tests. Ori, myself, and the team, we ran some tests last week. And again, we were able to essentially create a 50% efficiency on the current transaction and a much cheaper cost. When we go to market, we'll be able to essentially perform title and lien searches very quickly, very efficiently. And ideally, we'll be taking over the market in South Florida very shortly.
Perfect. Thank you, Tory and Ori. And my last question is, where do you envision OCL's direction in the next 5 years?
Step one is get OCL live. We've got about 2 months left until the product is open. In about a year, we'll have our full transactional product, which creates the settlement and the closing for the property titles. That's probably our more revolutionary product, and that's going to have a much bigger impact on the market. Within 5 years, with everything going to plan, I believe OCL will probably have the ability to create new digital land registries. This is where you're talking about being able to view all property data, regardless of the municipality or the location of that home, in a uniform and digitized manner. So there'll be no more physical land registries where you have to wait a week to receive your title. There'll be no more lien searches that take a couple days to settle, and there'll be no additional fees. The moment you see a property listed online, you'll be able to click one button says buy now and conduct your transaction at that point, where the banks will be able to approve your mortgage immediately, where KYC on your buyer and seller are conducted immediately. And by doing so, you create a uniform land registry for the United States, for Canada, for Europe, all in one centralized area. And all we're doing to do that is we're really just using a ledger. We're essentially using Web3 technology combined with prop tech, and we're creating the cleanest database for title transfer that's ever been made.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ori.
So although I do agree with Ori, and great points by Ori, I believe that we will create a significant downward pressure on title insurance and give us an opportunity to really revolutionize the way that title insurance is issued. Currently, title insurance is quite costly. For example, back in 2017, $1.8 billion worth of title insurance was issued or purchased in the state of Texas, and only $24 million was paid out due to title fraud or title issues. So that's a significant premium in the market. And we believe that obviously with OCL conducting the title and lien searches and producing a warranty deed, that we will be able to offer insurance on our own deed and thus really revolutionize the way that title insurance is issued and purchased within the United States. And that's ultimately one of our goals as well.
Thank you, Tory. It was really great talking to both of you today. Tory, do you have any concluding remarks for us?
Obviously, Ori and myself and our partners have been working tirelessly at OCL for the past 2+ years. This is something that Ori and I obviously hold dear to our heart. We've been approached by numerous companies to produce a product such as this. Our first attempt being in the Cayman Islands. And unfortunately, Ori and myself were not able to make it work with the way that jurisdictions and the regulations and laws work in the Cayman Islands. They abide by an old Roman code. So digitizing deed and title and doing a transaction over the internet is not something that they're able to do. Again, we were approached by another company in El Salvador to do the same thing. And we thought, due to El Salvador's Bitcoin beach and obviously their adoption of Bitcoin being their national currency, we thought that it would be much easier to perform in a country such as that. Again, we were unable to do so. So Ori and myself kind of took it upon ourselves to create OCL and decide to do this the tried, true, tested way of performing a real estate transaction, which is we're following all the same regulations, all the same laws, all the same rules within the state of Florida to perform this transfer. So again, we've been working a long time at this. We've noticed the inefficiencies. We've created better efficiencies. This is our passion product. So we are looking to change the world and change the way that real estate is transacted. And we've been at it for a couple of years now. So we're excited to get this going and show the world in the next 2 to 3 months our first product and how OCL will change the game. Thank
you, Tory. Ori, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, absolutely. To Tory's point, there's a quote I repeat to us quite a bit, and it goes, success consists of going to failure of no loss of enthusiasm. We've worked on this for a long time. We've failed more times than we can count on this product, and we've seen similar attempts at trying to solve the real estate game using different technologies, blockchain, AI, big data, and we've seen it at points succeed and we've seen it at points fail. And after spending a couple of years trying to attempt those approaches to the tech, we came to the conclusion we're better off just building this ourselves from scratch with no issues. And we're not going to target an easy, isolated market. We're going to start in the US, being the most complicated market, the most segregated market, and the biggest one. And thankfully, because of our partners and strategic partners and our investors, we've actually been able to solve an issue that's going to impact a lot of people. So when our first product goes live in a few months, we're truly excited to show you guys what we're capable of.
Thank you so much, Ori.
Thank you.